The system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history.
In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing.
The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We'd get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. And ladies and gentlemen, here I have this quote from Yassin Mubarak. And I think this quote is what the XRP army needs to embody. I'm no maxi by any means, but it's objectively clear the fate of XRP is binary. The lawsuit has coiled up so much value in XRP that the risk-reward ratio is something to behold. Should XRP prevail, and I personally think we will, we all need to prepare for a volcanic eruption. And oh guys, I think it's going to be more than volcanic. We're going to leave the stratosphere. It's going to be intergalactic. Ladies and gentlemen, just to let all of you know, in case you didn't know already, Michael S. Barr, formerly at Ripple, is now part of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Under every financial rock you look under, you see politics coming into play, and Ripple is infiltrating the highest level of the financial system. Ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. government's newly confirmed top dog for financial regulation will have a major influence on crypto oversight. Remember, he once served as an advisor to Ripple. Clearly, the maxis will never give credit where credit is due. They'll brush it off as if it's nothing, just like they did when Rosie Rios, the woman whose name is on the literal money, joined Ripple's board of directors. Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting silly at this point. High-level government treasury officials in and out of Ripple boardrooms and back into positions of power. It's like clockwork. Ripple is laying the foundations for a financial revolution, and the revolution will be televised, as Jungle Link likes to say. Now, ladies and gentlemen, something I do have to say before I get into the rest of this video, as a reminder, is that crypto has always returned from every crash it's ever had, and this is no different. 80 to 90% crashes are normal. Crypto millionaires are born in these moments. And while me personally, I was not able to pinpoint exactly when this crash was going to happen, due to the Black Swan event of UST and Terra collapsing, along with Celsius going under, Voyager and many others, we are now in a better position to project the future. Ladies and gentlemen, we have from ProCoin News that the US Treasury has developed a framework for international crypto regulations. Crypto is coming to the forefront, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, we will be weeding out corruption. Crypto Whale posted that Tether admitted today that they have investments in the Celsius Ponzi scheme. This is from a couple days ago. And they also say claims it puts their reserves at risk is FUD. For a long time, I've been calling out Tether for what it is, a scam. People have called it a conspiracy. That conspiracy is going to become reality. This is their attempt at minimizing the impact of the fallout, but everyone really knows the truth. Tether is backed by fraud, and when that finally collapses, we're going to feel a shockwave in the crypto market. Celsius owes users $4.7 billion, according to the declaration its CEO submitted to bankruptcy court, and they have officially filed for bankruptcy. These crypto exchanges are going under left and right. Voyager has burned. 3 Arrows Capital, you can't even find the founders anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, the corruption in crypto, it's getting weeded out to bring in an environment where crypto can thrive. You have to understand that that's what's going on here. And at the end of the day, that's going to be one of the best things that happens to this market. The question is, will there be more pain in the short term before we go up? You see, XRP community attorney John Deaton has stated numerous times on Fox Business, I wouldn't be surprised if Gary Gensler finally gives in on the BTC spot ETF around the same time that he files a lawsuit against a major exchange or exchanges. This will cause Bitcoin maxis to celebrate and support the suit against altcoins. Gary Gensler has called Bitcoin a commodity. And in my personal opinion, the next company to get sued will be Binance. It's something we have to wait and see. But it is the biggest crypto exchange on the planet, and that will cause ripple effects in the crypto market. What's going on right now is that regulators are screwing investors as we speak. The founder of the world's largest crypto exchange stopped short of denying SEC interest in Binance's exchange token. But in my opinion, I'll say that this is karma. When XRP got sued by the SEC, the entire crypto market, they laughed. CoinMarketCap, which is owned by Binance, took shots at XRP by not calling it a real crypto. What conflicts of interest that is. Now, the entire crypto market, aside from Bitcoin, is going to witness what it's like to turn against their own. Every crypto is under the eye of the SEC, and that is why Gensler has been purposefully vague when it comes to talking about these tokens. It's so he can come after the entire space. But when everything's said and done, when this lawsuit is finally over, I believe that we'll see why Ripple has been fighting for the entire industry. The recent developments in this case, with the SEC having to turn over documents, is a big step. And to me, Jeremy Hogan, Deaton, and others in this community, we can tell that this fair notice defense is dissolving day by day, step by step. The SEC has no ammo against Ripple, and they're looking worse by the day. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the macro very quickly, as well as where the hell the bottom in the crypto market could possibly be. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been analyzing a lot of different charts left and right over the past couple weeks. Some people believe we are in a late bear market stage and may soon reverse. It states, by using the rate of change of the Pure multiple, we were able to have an even more optimized view than the indicator itself. Apparently, it seems like we are in a late bear market phase, and we can see how exactly all of this goes. We can also see the mid-cycle indicating pre-stages of generalized euphoria across the orange line. And finally, we see the bear market entry and confirmation at the bottom red line. When this indicator starts to rise again, we can assume that we're already at the end of the bearish cycle and close to a complete reversal. And ladies and gentlemen, while I am cautious and I do have price targets at lower entries at this moment in time, what I'm telling all of you is it's very possible that we could have bottomed already. I'm not claiming that we have. I'm just showing you a perspective that lets you know that we might have. This does not mean we'll reverse tomorrow. It takes patience and the view of external forces. But the unique moment we're experiencing in the current market is undeniable. and it will be rewarding for those who know to position themselves at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said this to my personal VIP and group consulting clients. Right now, in the crypto market, for things like XRP, Hedera, Stellar, IOTA, Polkadot, Moonbeam, numerous other cryptos that I have and rank highly. These are life-changing entry points. The only question is, will you take advantage of these life-changing entry points? Or will you wait? It's possible we could go a little lower due to a black swan event in crypto. However, you're risking life-changing entry points for the possibility of generational entry points. I've often told my community the smart way to play this current stage of the market is, if you have a cash position, enter with some of your cash now and have some more cash on the side ready to go just in case we crash lower. The difference between life-changing entry points and generational entry points are profound, but it's worth dollar cost averaging at these low prices. Don't let the opportunity pass you by. Take personal responsibility for your situation and your decisions. I'm only presenting to all of you what I see. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm also calling to your attention yet another analyst that I view very highly that is currently calling for the bottom to be in, that has previously, in the past 7 years, called capitulation perfectly in the crypto market. Back in 2015, 2018, 2020, and here in 2022, called the perfect or close to the bottom. What typically happens is a reversal. And you may all be wondering how we could possibly be reversing given the state of the macro. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason why is because I believe in this specific scenario as well. From Crypto Nagato, posted on my Instagram. He states Bitcoin and crypto will stop following the stock market. Hundreds of billions will flow into the top 100 to 200 most promising cryptos, while all the shitcoins will be dying. The crypto market will recover and finally steal the scene, and this is something I've often believed. Ladies and gentlemen, the current fact of the matter is that Bitcoin and crypto follow the stock market. They're heavily correlated. They are risk-on assets. However, I believe there will be a moment where crypto, specifically utility tokens like XRP, Stellar, and others, will be inversely proportional to the collapse of the stock market. The reason and the logic behind this is because tokens like XRP, in my opinion, were meant to solve problems during a liquidity crisis, financial crisis, to be a solution to a multi-trillion-dollar problem. So while everything is going to hell and burning, I believe certain tokens will be rising. That's still left to be determined. That has not been the case yet. But there will be a moment, a beautiful moment in history where everything changes. You see, guys, me personally, I'm frustrated. The reason is because I can't point to data or technical analysis that provides evidence for why that's going to happen. And the reason that is because that data can only be shown by past history. And while history doesn't always repeat, but it often rhymes, we have to understand that we are in uncharted territory. We have never been in these waters before. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a situation where inflation has risen to 9.1% in June, even more than expected, as consumer pressures intensified. I want you all to listen to the unique situation we're in. Inflation is at all-time highs after a 2-year-long lockdown, health crisis turned financial crisis. Ukraine has been invaded. We're going to have another health crisis, potential cyber attacks, and even more. There's supply chain issues. The potential for cyber attacks are on the table. Financial collapses are happening everywhere. But in the meantime, Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chair, is raising interest rates on the guise of taming inflation, sending us into a recession to curb inflation, even though inflation keeps rising while interest rates rise. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what lunacy is this? So let me get this straight. We're going to keep having inflation at all-time highs while you keep sending us into a recession? No, 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 no. I believe the Federal Reserve will reverse course at some point. They have to. They're not going to tame inflation. They can't. The damage has been done with the stimulus, with the money printing, with the rate cuts. Now they're trying to put a band-aid on a broken engine, and it's not working. They're not going to keep inflation at these all-time highs while also at the same time sending us into a recession right before midterms. Ha! That would be idiotic. I wouldn't be shocked to see the government do idiotic things, but I think they know what they're doing. They're deflating this bubble so they can re-inflate this a little more heading into those elections. And while that's just my speculation, it's not unfounded. Inflation is a tool they need to keep going for their universal basic income that will be coming, more stimulus that will be coming, and the eventual launch of central bank digital currencies and negative interest rates. And ladies and gentlemen, you don't believe me? It doesn't matter. That is what I see coming. Guys, the past couple weeks have been very interesting when it comes to the geopolitical factors at play. We had the Rogers senior vice president from Canada talk about the company's nationwide network outage, internet pauses, blackouts are coming. This is just a leading indication of the inevitable. In addition, we've had Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of the UK, resign. This right here, my friends, is a massive political event. Recently as well, the Prime Minister of Japan was killed. My condolences. That is a massive political event. And yet again, from BBC, the Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi offers a resignation after coalition falls apart. And while up to this point the President of Italy has denied his resignation, these are interesting things happening right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the other day I was reading a book by Jim Rickards, revising my annotations, and it talks about shocks, both economic and political shocks that trigger massive changes to the financial system. Things like black swan events, political assassinations. These type of things cause massive change and are used as an excuse for that change. We've seen it with this health crisis, and we're seeing a coordinated stepping down of global leaders across the board. I believe a massive event is about to happen, and while I have no clue what it is, I think you all sense it coming too. In Sri Lanka, the Prime Minister declared that the nation is now currently bankrupt, and I think this is going to go to the rest of the planet too. While in the meantime, we have the biggest alliance on the planet that nobody is talking enough about. Russia and China are developing a new reserve currency with other BRICS countries to challenge the dollar dominance. Argentina, Egypt, Iran, and others are all trying to join the BRICS nations in an anti-US dollar alliance. This is going to be a sight to behold. The term leveling the global financial playing field will come into play yet again. And will be the United States coming back to the field while other countries are leveling up and catching up to them. I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. However, for XRP holders, This is the scenario that'll make us win. We're just hedging our bets against the collapse of the United States. And I believe that scenario is coming soon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow, I'll be posting an interview with one of my favorite XRPL NFT projects, Xpunks, with them discussing recent developments with not just Xpunks but also on XRP. With XLS20 launching soon, it's important that the entire community gets involved in researching XRPL NFTs, and there will be more interviews like this coming soon. As always, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Another point you've made, and this is, I think, particularly relevant 10 years into a bull market, is that I think you said more money has been lost anticipating a downturn than actually in the downturn. Can you explain?
Well, obviously, the market's gone up tenfold since I stopped running Magellan. So you make more money on the upside. The market's going to be a lot higher in 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Trying to predict the market is really a waste. I don't know what it's going to do. It can go down. When I ran Magellan, 13 years, it declined 10% or more, 9 times the market.
Wow.
I had a perfect record. I went down more than 10% every time. Wherever the market went down, I went down more. But over the long term, the upside is more than the downside. So you're going to say to yourself, do I need the money in the next month? Do I need the money in the next year? Do I have kids going to college? Do I have a wedding coming up? Then you're a bad investor. If you can keep putting money in, you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 year, you should do well.